Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Wednesday. We've got 9 matchups on this NBA slate today. So be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action here. And yeah, guys, we'll hop in it. 9 matchups, starting with the Charlotte Hornets versus the Washington Wizards. Wizards opening up as a 5-point home favorite with the over-under at 236.5. Hornets coming into this matchup 15-40. The Wizards 24-29. Head-to-head, Charlotte is 6-4. Charlotte on a 4-game losing streak here. Washington on a little 3-game losing streak. Bradley Beal and Kuzma are both questionable, so be sure to check their statuses here. Hopefully one of them plays at least. Charlotte 0-5 on the road. If one of them plays here, I think I'm going to lean with the Wizards -5 and money line at home. Next matchup, we got the Detroit Pistons versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavs opening up as a 12.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 222. Detroit coming into this matchup 14-41. The Cavs 34-22. Head-to-head, Cleveland is 7-3. Don't see really any injuries for this game here. Detroit just 2-8 in their last 10. Cleveland, they're on a little 3-game winning streak. They're playing pretty good right now. We got Cleveland 15-5 at home. They play very well at home, and 4-1 covering in their last 5. So I mean, yeah, really like the Cavs, and 12.5 points seems a little bit too much, but I'm still going to take a shot with the Cavs -12.5 and money line at home. Next matchup, we got the Indiana Pacers versus the Miami Heat. The Heat opening up as a 6.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 223. Pacers coming into this matchup 25-30. The Heat 29-25. Head-to-head, both teams have won 5 out of the last 10 games. Pacers 2-8 in their last 10. Heat, they're on a little 2-game losing streak here. No Kyle Lowry, Oladipo. A lot of injuries for this Heat team. Yeah, not in love with the Heat, man. A lot of injuries. A lot of trade rumors going on with the Heat, with Lowry and players like that. Man, I like the Pacers +6.5 on the road. Not really sold on the Heat. Haven't really looked too hot these last few games here. It's just the injuries. A lot of injuries concerns for me, and I'm going to take a shot with the Pacers +6.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Philadelphia 76ers versus the Boston Celtics. Celtics opening up as a 4.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 224. Sixers coming into this matchup 34-18. Boston 38-16. Head-to-head, both teams have won 5 out of the last 10 games. Embiid is questionable, so be sure to check Embiid's status. Hopefully he does suit up here. Philly coming off that bad Knicks loss. Boston coming off a Detroit win. Yeah, Philly 7-2 covering against Boston. They've been very good covering against Boston. As long as Embiid's playing here, I think it's going to be a great matchup, and definitely a winnable game for the Sixers on the road here. If Embiid plays, I'm taking Sixers +4.5 in this one. Next matchup, we got the San Antonio Spurs versus the Toronto Raptors. Raptors opening up as a 10.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 233.5. Spurs coming into this matchup 14-40. Toronto 25-30. Head-to-head, Toronto is 7-3. Don't see really any injuries for Toronto. Spurs, they're on a 9-game losing streak right now. Toronto on a little 2-game winning streak. Yeah, Spurs 0-11 on the road. 1-5 covering against Toronto. 0-8 covering the spread. I mean, this Spurs team's just been very bad here. Still not in love with the 10.5 points here. I do like the Raptors to win at home. And maybe I'll take a shot with that spread, but probably going to throw them in a money line parlay here. Next matchup, we got the Sacramento Kings versus the Houston Rockets. Kings opening up as an 8-point road favorite with the over-under at 241. Head-to-head, Sacramento is 7-3. Sacramento. I don't see any major injuries for Sacramento here. Sacramento coming off a Houston win. These teams did just play each other. Sacramento winning by 20 points. Houston, they're on a 3-game losing streak. Yeah, Sacramento 5-0 against Houston. 4-0-1 covering against Houston here. Houston 2-14 at home, where they really have struggled. And I think I'm going to roll with the Kings -8 and money line on the road. Next matchup, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Utah Jazz. Jazz opening up as a 5.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 236. Minnesota coming into this matchup 29-28. The Jazz 27-28. Head-to-head, both teams have won 5 out of the last 10 games. Don't see any major injuries here. Minnesota coming off that horrible beatdown against Denver. Utah on a 2-game losing streak. Utah did beat Minnesota by 1 point in their last meeting. Minnesota 2-8 on the road. It's just an ugly matchup here. Not in love with it. And not in love with the 5.5 points. I think it'll be. I like the Jazz at home. And Minnesota they really do underperform, and they're very hard to trust on a day-to-day basis. They have the talent, but man, they really aren't that good. I'm gonna lean with the Jazz -5.5 and money line at home. Next matchup, we got the Dallas Mavericks versus the Los Angeles Clippers. Clippers opening up as an 8-point home favorite with the over-under at 222.5. Dallas coming into this matchup 29-26. Clippers 31-26. Head-to-head, the Clippers are 6-4. No injuries for the Clippers, and it looks like Kyrie Irving is going to make his debut. No Luka, though, so, we'll see how Kyrie plays. And Mavs coming off a Utah win. Clippers on a little 2-game winning streak. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They're playing very good right now. And, yeah, we're going to see what Kyrie does. Mavs played very well last game. Had Josh Green put up a career high, and he had a nice debut. And Hardy had a great game too. So we'll see how this team looks with Kyrie. We're gonna see what happens. 8 points. I'm very intrigued with the 8 points for the Mavs, and I think that's people are disrespecting the Mavs a little bit. Kyrie's probably gonna score a bunch, and I don't know. 8 points. I'm intrigued with the Mavs +8 here, and we're gonna roll with the Mavs plus the points. In the last matchup, we got the Golden State Warriors versus the Portland Trail Blazers. Blazers opening up as a 3-point home favorite with the over-under at 236.5. Warriors coming into this matchup 28-26. The Blazers 26-28. Head-to-head, the Warriors are 6-4. No major injuries here. Curry's going to be out for a few weeks. Warriors on a little 2-game winning streak. Portland on a 2-game losing streak. Yeah, Warriors 5-1 against Portland, 4-2 covering against Portland, and I like Warriors +3 on the road. Not sold on the Blazers, haven't really played that well, and Warriors, have looked all right against the Mavs here, and I'm sorry, have looked good. They did beat the Mavs and OKC, but they've looked good without Curry, and I think they'll be all right against this Blazers team that just has been pretty spotty all year, and I'll take a shot with the Warriors +3 on the road. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Wednesday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Thursday. Have a good one.